Wow. Okay, sorry about that. Max here, again, Max von Draken. I have a new figure. He has not appeared in Brothers G yet, but he will. Gigan. This is Final Wars Gigan. This is the, it's officially, I believe it's, the Japanese Bandai said it was 6.5. But I believe a lot of people say it's 7, and it did measure 7 once I counted the wings, because it had a little more height than just the head. I love this figure. It is now I hate when people do this. The newest thing they get is always their favorite, but I have to say, I love this Gigan, and he is my favorite. Just the way he's detailed, and he just looks so cool. He has so much detail. His legs move all the way around. But again, it's another one of those things to where if they're not in this position, then he just kind of looks retarded when he's trying to stand up. His arms, they do move all the way around, although it does get harder to move them once it goes up to the top because of the shoulder outcropping. But that doesn't bother me, because I love the way the shoulder outcropping looks, and I don't really think that my arm is ever going to look like that when I put it back on the shelf. And you know, the arms, they're just awesome. The head moves. The head moves all the way around. It's very, very detailed, very, very bright and vibrant eye color. I do not like how this is done. These, I believe they're sculpted to almost look like separate pieces, but the thing is they are supposed to be separate pieces, but they're not. They're just kind of one molding, and I don't like that. That's the same with the tail spikes. Each individual tail spike is supposed to be an individual molding, according to the actual suit used in the movie, and they just kind of just molded it all together as one piece, and I don't really like that. I love the end of the tail, very nice and detailed, and you know, I love the color differentiation. There is hardly any paint bleed at all on this figure, but I wouldn't really worry. I wouldn't really care as much about paint bleed on this figure, even though it's great. There's hardly any, but I wouldn't really care as much about paint bleed on this figure as I would on, say, something like Mechagodzilla, because Mechagodzilla, I know it's also a cyborg, but Mechagodzilla is far less organic, like the Gigan figure. Gigan is very organic, and just very alien looking. But Mechagodzilla is built out of stuff that is from Earth, so you know, it's just a robot, a machine, and you know, there's really no paint involved, or it shouldn't really have any paint involved in the construction, so it shouldn't look that way with paint bleed when they make the toy. Because, you know, it just has black cables and metal. Metal isn't painted, it's just steel. So it shouldn't be all paint bleedy and stuff. But anyway, the saw in the middle is cool, except there's a couple of little spines on it that are sort of bent to the left, and I don't really like that. Like this one is bent to the left. Same with this first spike on the head is sort of bent a little bit to the left. The wings look nice and detailed and colorful and great and everything, but they're kind of, you know, not very straight, because this one looks great compared to the middle, but this one should be like out farther this way. Yeah, I'm going to make it look better, to make it look nice and even, but it's sort of been smushed in the middle. The tail, just like on every single Bandai figure that has a tail, it's of course a separate piece, but in this particular piece it doesn't move. But it doesn't really bother me any, because I really wouldn't have it in any other position like this to make it flow nicely, and you know, it wouldn't really look good out of that position as far as I'm concerned. But this is just a fantastic figure. It looks great, very functional. I'm surprised that I mean I know I'm going to use this guy for Brothers G eventually. But I'm surprised that they haven't used a figure like this in very many other ones. Like, I know Monster Island Buddies doesn't have this one. He may have the figure, but he hasn't used it in any videos yet, as far as I'm concerned. But this will be a villain named Slash. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to incorporate him. I haven't thought that up yet. But yes, I think he is very cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the big version, but I can easily settle for this, most definitely. So yes, here is my review of Gigan Final Wars 2000. Well, it was made in 2004, released in 2005. So Final Wars Gigan, official 6.5 inches, 7. Yeah, he's cool.